Fantastic. So we start now the presentation. This is the 5th March 2026 with a school in Riga, and now is, let's say, 3:45 in Riga and is 2:45 over here in Switzerland. Thank you very much for your time. I will share my screen now so that everyone can see it. Let me share it. Here we go. Let me do the presentation modus. Okay, can you see?
Yep.
Fantastic. So today I will introduce you the Swiss Academy, which is an organization based in Switzerland in charge of internship. And my role is to place a candidate over here in Switzerland. And as explained earlier, before that we started the meeting, I have a lot of experience with students coming from all around the world. I travel a lot to recruit students for internship program through my network of school over here in Europe, in Latvia, and as well in Latin America. And I was the pleasure to be in India 2 weeks ago in Delhi, and before I was in China. I was as well in Dubai, and everything was okay. Now the world is a little bit up and down at the moment. So let me explain a little bit how the internship is working over here in Switzerland. This is a short introduction. I will not read everything because you can read and I will just explain you step by step. So this is myself. My name is Richard Affolter. I'm the director of internship department from the Swiss Academy, which is an international education and recruitment organization with over 20 years of experience. Now, we focus a lot to work with international company based here in Switzerland. And what is very, very important is that you learn some language which is spoken over here in Switzerland, which is obvious French or German or Italian. English is fine. Obvious English is fine, but it's very important to know as well as second language. So we suggest obvious to learn French because the demand is very high in the French part of Switzerland. As you may know, in Switzerland we have different language. We speak French, German, Italian, and Romanish. So we work with many companies over here in Switzerland. We work with hotels, but we work as well with IT company. We work with Rolex as well, to give you an idea. So we work with different companies. So we always check the candidate first and to understand for which company we should place them. So what is very important is obvious the student profile. This is something very, very important. We need to understand and we interview every single student individually. It's very important that the students prepare an excellent CV. It's very important they are on LinkedIn as well, because today company, they're checking on LinkedIn. And this is today in 2026 a very important step, just that you know a little bit. As I mentioned before, we work with all types of hotels and companies. Regarding hotels, we work mostly with five-star hotel because they have international clients. So if we work with a lower hotel, it's always a very high risk that they do not have international clients. Maybe they have clients from Germany or from Italy or from France, but with five-star hotel, which we work together, they usually have clients coming from everywhere in the world. So this is why they need to hire students like you who speak English and who speak as well as second language. In this case, I mentioned one more time, French, German, or Italian, or even Romanish. Logically, French is the most requesting. The French part of Switzerland is very high demand to hire students for the internship. Now, as I mentioned, we work with hospitality and tourism, information technology, business administration, marketing, and customer service. We have to understand that Switzerland is a country which deals a lot with tourists. So this is why we need foreigners who come to Switzerland to do an internship, who speak English very good, logically, and in addition a second language. So when we place candidate inside on IT or business administration, it's very important they are very fluent in English. This is very important because the majority of this company over here in Switzerland, the communication is in English, especially on IT and business administration, as well marketing and customer service. While for hospitality and tourism, it's very important, as I mentioned, the third time, French. I repeat myself several times. I do a lot of presentation, and it's important that everyone understand the importance to learn a second language. Now, let's move forward a little bit. Why choose Switzerland? But we can say that Switzerland has a very strong economy today, and we are leading in the world for hospitality training. We have a lot of hotel school over here in Switzerland. We have more than 24 hotel schools in Switzerland. We welcome a lot of international students. To give you an idea, in the hotel industry, we have around 12,000 students every year. So this is quite a very high number for a small country like Switzerland. We have very high standard of professionalism. This is very important in Switzerland. We check the details. For us, and don't take me wrong, but for us, what is very important is the punctuality. For example, if we start to work at 8:30, you should be at work at 8 o'clock. If you come at 8:30, you're already late. So that's mean that as well, if you have an interview at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you must be there by 1:30, 1:35, 1:40 latest. It's very important because if you come on time, you're already late. And if you're after the 2 o'clock, you're out. You will not get a job. If you have an interview at 2 o'clock p.m. and you show up at 2:02, you're out. If you show up 2 o'clock, you're out. If you show up at 1:50 and you cannot open a Zoom or Teams, you have problem with your camera, you are out. It's very important that you learn how to work on Zoom, on Teams, how to put the camera on, how to speak, how to be dressed well. Very, very important, because the first impression is the most important. You have your 25 seconds when you do an interview, and if you miss the first 25 seconds, you're out. So this is Switzerland, very high standard of professionalism. So how you dress is very important. How you speak is very important. Time, be on time. If the meeting is 2 o'clock, you have to be there at 1:30. You have to be ready, you have to smile. This is very important, and you have to speak very fluent. This is another very important step when you have an interview with a company. Benefit of an international internship abroad. Obvious to do an experience over here in Switzerland or anywhere in the world, which can be as well in the US, can be as well in India, can be as well in China, can be in Singapore, can be in Dubai, can be in Moscow. An international experience abroad is always positive. As well, if there's some negative, but is always positive because you will learn a lot. You will learn how to deal with other people. You will meet people coming from other culture. You will understand other culture, and you will start to create a very big networking. And this will help you in your business life, in your job. Networking, you meet people, then you're always friends with them. So when you want to move around the world, this will help you a lot to do an internship abroad. This is what I suggest to everyone. I have 2 boys and 1 daughter. One of my boys, he went to do an internship in Canada, in Toronto. Then the other guy went to Sydney and he stayed there for about 1.5 years. My daughter went to Malta. Malta is a small island between Italy and Libya, which is part of Europe and a Schengen country as well. So everyone had his own experience. Very important. They still keep friends with all the people they met during this internship experience. So to do an internship abroad can help you a lot to open and to meet a lot of interesting people. Hospitality industry in Switzerland. As I mentioned before, we work majority with 5-star hotel. Many of them are very luxurious hotel, and this help you as well to get to know other staff member from the hotel, and people who work in the hotel, they move a lot around their life. It happened people work maybe 3-5 years in Switzerland, and then they move to Singapore for 2-3 years to make some experience in Asia. Then they move to Dubai to do some experience in the Middle East, until they settle down. I mean, this is the hospitality business a little bit. I am from the hospitality business myself, so I had the opportunity to travel the world. I see so many different countries, from Argentina to India, from India to China, from China to Russia, United States, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and many countries over here in Europe as well. And this helped me a lot. And every time I move, and as well some of my people work with me, they get to know many international people, and this will help to move on and to find a new job. Logically, in the hospitality, there are different jobs like front office, F&B, which is food and beverage, housekeeping management, guest relation, event coordination. So myself, I choose the event coordination. So everyone has a different way. Some prefer guest relations, some other prefer F&B, some other prefer to work at the reception area, some other prefer to work in the housekeeping management. So it depends a little bit from every single person. When you will start to do the internship, you will have this possibility, if you work in the hotel industry, to choose one of these positions. Then the other position as well in the IT and business internship over here in Switzerland. So in this case, may some of you work in IT. You know, IT is very big. They have administrative support, software support, digital marketing, and so on and so on. I just mentioned a few for you to have a look and to understand the concept of the job experience that you will do over here in Switzerland, if you will choose Switzerland as a destination for your job internship during your study in Latvia. Internship duration, this is very important. The typical duration for students is between 3 to 12 months. And is a full-time experience, logically. So full-time means that you work in 40 hours per week, every day. Logically, if everything is going well, it's possible an extension. This will depend from you, will depend from the company. During this 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months internship duration, you will have several interviews with the company. And if they're happy with you, if you're happy with them, then some of them want to have some extension. And this is something that I suggest everyone to do this internship experience over here in Switzerland. And if there will be a possibility, why not do some extension? What is a typically salary in the internship program? Usually the salary, the gross salary in Switzerland is around 2,300 to 2,500 Swiss franc. To give an idea, in euro is around 2,800 to 3,000 euro per month. And this is one of the highest salary over here in Europe. And it's very interesting. Logically, Switzerland is as well expensive, so you make more money in Switzerland than maybe in Belgium or in other country in Europe, but or in Latvia, with all the respect, but as well the living cost in Switzerland is much higher. So it's important that you understand the reason why you get this salary. So many company, when they welcome international students who will do an internship, they provide some accommodation. They will provide accommodation, usually basis twin room. In the hospitality field, usually they offer as well the meals. In other business, they provide the uniform, sometimes the transportation assistance between the location of the accommodation and the job is as well included. Salary, as announced, is a gross salary, so there will be some deduction logically from the salary. And to understand a little bit the deduction, I just put this to give you an idea. We have to pay about 5.3% for AVS, EPG. You can check on Google what is this, but this is the fee that we need to pay when you become older, so that the Swiss government can pay people when they are in pension. Then is a 1.1% for unemployment insurance, and logically there will be as well some taxation, which is usually in your case very, very low, around 3 to 5%, because the salary is technically a student salary that will do an internship, so it's not a big taxation that you have to pay. But I just wanted to make this on paper so that for you it's very clear about this. So the salary is paid in Swiss francs, logically, and you will open a Swiss bank account when you come to Switzerland. So the company will help you to open a Swiss bank account, and this will be very useful for you for daily expenses, etc. Now, as I mentioned before, Switzerland has a very high cost of living. This is why you get this salary as well. Accommodation can be as well reduced from the price. So that happen maybe that some companies say, okay, you need to pay me 300 Swiss francs per month, and we will deduct this from your salary. So accommodation is not always included, just that you know this. So sometimes they include it, sometimes not. It always depends from company to company. There is not a rule in this business world. Remember, students remain always primarily students. So we know this, and the company know this as well, that you are students and you come here to do an internship. So we respect this and we respect you as a student. This is very important for you to understand that your role is to be a student who do an internship. You are not a workforce for the company that you need to reach a certain target, or you need to prepare some project, etc. No, you do an internship like every student. So you are not part of the workforce of the company. You're part of the workforce as an internship student doing a job experience in Switzerland. Now, this is the three system usually during the internship. Logically, in your case, is the internship, which is 40 hours per week. Yes, this is now concerning the work notification, etc. To make a long story short, I try to explain you, the company will issue a work permit, and when you arrive to Switzerland, you will need to go to register to the municipality, and you will need to register by the police, and then this is it. After 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you receive a letter that you are official, you get an official residence permit when you are in Switzerland. And to start to work, usually for EUs, I go back for a second, usually for European students, they can start immediately. For students outside the EU, they need to wait 6 months. But there are some exception which has to do with the academic program. So this is why you do an academic program at the moment in Latvia, and then after we will need to take the credit, and with the credit we can provide that you did already a 6 months study program in Latvia in order to start to do the internship in Switzerland. Now, I will stop for a second and I will ask a second, and I will just come here with all of you. Any questions so far? No questions?
So far, it's going smooth. We understand pretty much everything.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Good, good, good. So also I can continue. I was thinking you have some questions. This is why I stopped for a second. Okay, super. So let
Because
me
we already talked with the another professor, Sarah, about all of these things. She already explained us half of the thing about Switzerland. So we just came here to know what kind of internship we will getting, and she said you will be conducting a meeting about the internship. So we are just listening what you are saying. Overall, we know generally everything besides the work, salary, types of internship, and how long it will take to get in, when we will get in. So we are just waiting for that part.
Perfect. Also, let's continue. Okay, so document that we require, very important. Update your CV. Then you need to have a LinkedIn profile. Obvious, then the second step is to have an enrollment confirmation and to receive from the school the academic transcript. This is very important. Okay, but the first two are most important, the up-to-date CV and the LinkedIn profile. Visa copy, if applicable, this is second step. What is very important is the letter of intent. So in addition, you need to prepare a letter of intent. Why you want to come to Switzerland? Why you want to do an internship in Switzerland? What kind of internship you're looking into? This is very important as well. If you had some experience already in your home country or in Latvia, if you had some experience on the job that you want to do in Switzerland, you have to put this inside on the letter of intent. If you have a language certificate in English or in French or anything to do with a language certificate, you need to provide this. All the documents requested by the company, usually is the police clearance, logically, then they will ask for an health insurance, but this we can see in a later stage. This is not a problem today. Today, what is very important is that you have an excellent CV, that you are on LinkedIn, and the LinkedIn should be very good with a nice photo, with a nice presentation. Even the letter of intent must be done in a very professional way. Let's move forward. Logic, as I mentioned, professional photo, obvious, not the photo that you are dancing in a disco, but a professional photo of you, serious. If you already had some experience, you have to put this inside. Language skills, as well. If you speak other language, which can be an Indian language, which can be another language, can be Russian, can be Portuguese, whatever. All the language that you know, always put it inside. As I mentioned, professional online presence on LinkedIn, include always on LinkedIn where you study, what you're doing at the moment, because company, when we send your CV to the company, they always check on LinkedIn if you're there. If you're not there, very difficult. Submit document, profile evaluation. We do a profile evaluation, obvious, but before that we do a profile evaluation, we will make an interview with you to understand a bit what kind of job you want to do, and if you already had some experience, in order to match with the company that we will introduce you. And internship offer, logically, when we present this to a company, the company will make an offer Some company can make an offer even 3,000 Swiss franc. Some other prefer to start with 2,300 as by Swiss law. So there is Swiss law, the minimum in Switzerland is 2,195. But usually the company, they start with 2,300, 2,400, 2,800. There is not a rule. It always depend on the document we provide to them, and it will depend as well of your letter of intent and basis your curriculum. Then they will evaluate if they want to make an interview with you first, and if they are happy with the interview, is everything is fine with the document that you provide, then after they will make an internship offer. So there will be two interviews, one with us first to check a little bit with you about your situation, about what you want to do. And we check all the documents that you send to us. And then after, maybe we'll ask you for some additional document, or maybe say, oh, the CV that you prepared was not the best, or the presentation that you made from yourself, the letter of intent was not the best. So we invite you to do another one until that we say, okay, now we are ready. We will now introduce you to a Swiss company. Can be, as I mentioned before, in the hospitality, can be an IT company, can be working by Rolex, as I mentioned as well before. We have a lot of watch. I don't know if you see mine, but we have a lot of watch company over here in Switzerland, and it happens sometimes that students do an internship as well by a watch company because they speak English and they deal with company from around the world. Professional attitude, very important. How that you present yourself, very important. Dress well, dress elegant, clear motivation, be happy, and good communication skill. This is very important as well. Final advice, always be motivated, be flexible, improve language skill, take initiative, and obvious, we suggest to everyone to have international experience in life. This is to give you an idea. And we do the Festival of Higher Education as well, where we invite a lot of students, teachers, directors. They join us. We get out a lot of good students. We have as well students who are not very good, not very professional, who are not never on time, who are late, who have always unhappy. So very important is be motivated. I'm 57 years old. I'm sorry, 58. I just had my birthday, but I'm still very motivated every day when I go to work. When I start 8 o'clock, I'm there on time. I'm the first one who comes and the last one who leaves. So motivation is all in our business world. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the presentation, and now
Yeah.
I'm finished. I'll come to you.
Yeah, I have this question. So you said about the language. So I guess most of us here have given the IELTS exam before coming to Latvia, but at this moment, I'm pretty sure our IELTS experience certificate is only valid for 2 years, and it's already expired. So when you said like we can provide the certificate, can we upload the previous one where we have our scores, or we need to give new one? What is it like?
Okay, put yourself in the position, not in my position, put yourself in the position of a director of a company. What do you think he will tell you?
I think he will judge me on the basis of my communication, even if I'm putting my CV like I have like 7.5 in IELTS, but it can be more now because it was 2 years back and I've been speaking my whole life English right now. Like not whole life, basically I'm speaking English for past 15 years. And so far, like I can say I'm confidently like a C1, B1 level of English speaker. Even though I have given my IELTS exams 2 years back, it doesn't count for me as I'm talking about myself right now. But I don't know how, as a perspective of you, you will see me because it's expired. So expired mean it doesn't valid. So there could be two reasons. Yeah.
You answer, you speak everything, you answer everything. You give the answer. You say something and you give the answer yourself. So I don't have to put
Yeah,
additional discussion there.
yeah, but it is English language. That's why I said, because we have been speaking and studying in English so far. Like we come here and like even though the certificate is expired, doesn't mean we depreciate our English level. It's still going higher because we are not studying in any other language. We are only studying in English. So and communicating in English. So that's why I said specifically English. I didn't say any other languages because I'm only speaking English with you right now on the basis of that. Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask a general question. That's it.
Yeah, but it always depends from the company. For me, it will be fine. For me, it's not a problem. But if a company wake up today, we had a bad day, they will say to I want to see the certificate. You never know who you met. When you have an interview, you never know. If you start to tell them, "Oh, my certificate was expired or is expiring," don't say this. Don't,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just saying in
don't.
general. So in general, I will not put my certificate there. No use then.
Just present your certificate and finish.
Yeah, that's what's my question. Like it's expired, but I have the certificate.
Yeah, you have that certificate. Don't say the word expired. Don't start with problem. The word problem, put out. The word expired, put out. Put out everything. If you
Yeah,
come to me,
because
you say, this is my certificate in French, my certificate in English, my certificate in German. That's it. That's
okay.
it.
Yeah, and
Don't
also
don't tell them something that they should not know.
no, no, I'm asking you. Not going to say them because before putting, I need to discuss with you. As you said, you will go through my profile before putting anything. Yeah. If
Yeah.
I'm applying for an internship. So in general, I'm asking. I have a certificate. I know that you know that. But what there is also written clearly there that this is only valid for 2 years, and it's an international certificate. So according to the laws, I'm telling you this. Like, so what will be that?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
now
this
it's
is
clear. Yeah.
there is not a law. This is according to the university system, but in the job world, personally, people don't care. I mean, if you speak French, you have a certificate, that's it. If you speak English, you have a certificate, that's it. I mean, if they say to you, okay, we will hire you, but you need to do, I don't know, another certificate in English, you just say, okay, fine, don't worry, I do it.
Yep. And my second question is like, so we are like students as well here, and we are doing part-time jobs as well. But like, okay, he and me are both like a chef, part-time chef. We work in a restaurant, but these guys do like freelancing or like some other kind of job. So will that experience be also count when we put in our CV? Like you said hospitality management. For me and him, I can say that our experience could count because it's related to hospitality, it's related to tourism. Chef is there, we cook food, so two different things. But what about these two? Like
Yeah.
they have,
Let me explain first the first part. Now, with all the respect, but the word chef, do not use this
yeah,
because you are not chef. You
yeah,
are working in the kitchen. You are sous chef.
yeah.
You
Sorry.
the word if you go to a hotel and you tell that you are a chef is Gordon Ramsay. He's a chef. Okay, so you are not chef today. You don't even didn't done an internship or an apprenticeship as a chef. So you are not a culinary chef today.
Yeah.
Today you are helping in the kitchen, which is something completely different than chef. So very important if you come to Swiss, because chef is a French word. Okay,
Uh-huh.
if you speak to a hotel manager and you say that you are a chef, they say, okay, so you're a chef, so you're like on the same level like Gordon. I say Gordon Ramsay because everyone know who is Gordon Ramsay. Just I
Yeah.
make you the example of a chef.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you refine this word. You use other words.
Yeah.
Don't say
Yes.
hell kitchen because it's not nice. Maybe you can say sous chef, or
Yeah.
there are other words in French which is a little bit more on your level today.
Okay.
Obvious, you should put this insight in your CV that you had this experience. This is very important. If your friend over there had experience as a freelance working in a marketing office, he can say that he has some freelance experience working in a marketing office. Everyone has to put his experience inside. Correctly say, I had 3 weeks experience in in a marketing office, you put the address where, because what company do they check? They go on the website, they say, okay, so let me see what was your experience, which company. So very important, you always say the truth. If you work in a hotel or in a restaurant, if you work in a big restaurant, in a small restaurant, you have to put the name, if it's possible, well, as well the website, so they can go and check.
Okay, right. Question?
Any questions?
Yeah. So like I'm having a like eight like I already done with internship in data analyst. Like I was working in this company Spacebox remotely for like 8 months, and like I have a question for you. Like will it be helpful in getting like in getting myself into like a full-time role after the internship, and like will be like helpful in getting internship in IT domain, like as you said you have 20 years of experience and knowledge, so like people get into IT internship easily, or like they specifically look for like some professionalism or like some skills in them to like hire them as an intern.
Okay, I can tell you that over here in Switzerland, we have a very high number of companies who work remotely.
Yeah.
So it happened maybe that you come to Switzerland and you work for Trivago or you work for Momondo. I don't know if you know Trivago, Momondo. No.
No.
Okay, Momondo, this is when you need to check for an airlines, a flight ticket from Riga to Delhi, you go on Momondo and you will find. So we have a lot of company here in Switzerland who work remotely. That's mean you work for the company maybe in Geneva, but you stay at your accommodation as well in Geneva, at home. Maybe you go only 1 day per week, work physically. All the rest of the time you stay at home. So there is a high request of IT over here in Switzerland as well. And Indian, especially, I don't know from where you're from, but from my experience, when I went to Bangalore, we got a very high number of students from Bangalore. They are very good in IT, but Indian are very advanced in IT. I mean, even my friend, he worked by Tata. I don't know, you know Tata, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he worked 1 day per week on the company, and 4 days he worked from home. So, and he worked by Tata in a software engineering with banks. Okay, so I don't want to go inside now on the different jobs because there are so many different jobs inside in the IT world that it always depends from the company. You can even work for a watch company online, because they do all the technical part. But I'm not an IT man, just to tell you very clear. So don't ask me IT questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have one question.
Yes,
Like,
please.
if we want to work in a hospitality, like that category, we need a language, the specific language, the native language kind of which in which we can communicate. But like if we're working in IT, is the language is also must there, like to learn another language, expect English.
Okay, you have to consider one point. When you come to Switzerland, we speak four languages: German, French, Italian, Romanish. We don't speak English, okay?
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
So the director are all people who are from the French part, they parlent français, tout le temps, die sprechen Deutsch die ganze Zeit. So they speak not very good English. So, but at work, you need to use the English. At the really work, the day-by-day work, but you need to speak French. You need to learn French. If you come to Sweden, you need to learn French. There is no other way. Because if you want to speak with the superior, if you want to speak with the staff, you need to speak in French. They email each other by WhatsApp in French. Okay, then they work in English. The real work is in English, but the communication is in the local language. Logically, if you're in Punjab, you speak in Punjabi. You don't speak in English, logically.
Right.
You have to think the same way over here in Switzerland. Is the same mentality. I just got a message now from one of my colleagues, and she wrote in Italian to me, so I need to write her back in Italian. I cannot write her back in English. She understands English, but in our way, in culture, I have to reply on the same language. Like when you are, I make an example, Punjab as an example, you know. And the same is Switzerland is a small country, and if you don't speak French, very difficult to get a job. It's quite impossible.
All right. Yeah. Thanks.
I have a question.
Please.
So yeah, previously I had a meeting with Sarah, and I've been talking about like how I can get the internship because I'm studying IT, so I have the background of IT also. But in the same time, I have some experience in human resource HR. Like I'm working in a student organization as an HR manager also for 1 year. And also I have some experience in working in a restaurant in the cooking field. So I asked her specifically like which section I can get an internship for. So she said that there will be a meeting with like the internship desk. So it's you, and she said that ask you this question specifically, like how you will be finding me an internship if I have all these three specifications.
All three qualification.
Yeah, so if I have this, so how the internship based on will be, so it will be related to IT or it will be related to HR, or I can choose which I want more.
Okay. In this world, maybe in the 80 was possible to choose, but in this world today, in 2026, my friend, is very difficult to choose. Sometimes you have to get what we have on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And
So,
Switzerland is a tourist destination.
mm,
So obvious, if you go in the hospitality field, it's easy to find a company that will hire you, you know. And but when you have an interview, if you tell them three different, it look like you are a little bit confused, you know. Don't tell them hospitality.
mm-hmm.
Don't tell them other stuff because you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I asked like how from your side will be giving the offers. Like for example, you find my company, so that will be based on like what I am saying to you. For example, I need hospitality, so you will find some internship offers in the hospitality field, or it's like
No, everything depends on you.
mhm.
Everything depends on you. Depend on you how is the CV. Depend on you how is the letter of intent. Depend on you if you have an excellent LinkedIn profile. Depend of you if you have put up a very professional photo. Depend of you if you speak French. Depend of you if you're on time. You know, that doesn't depend from me. Depend everything on you. You have your hand, your life in your hand. You decide. You say, okay, I want to go to Switzerland. I want to do, I know it's a tourist destination, Switzerland. So let's go in the tourist world. Let's go in the hospitality world. Let me prepare on this. Let me learn French. Let me prepare a good curriculum. Let me put inside some reference letter. Maybe you have some reference letter from some of the people you was working together or working for, and put all the information inside at once. Go on LinkedIn, make an excellent page of LinkedIn. You will find me on LinkedIn myself. You will find me easily. You will see, not because of me, I don't know why, but I have more than 60,000 people follow me.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm happy, good, fantastic, but I give a lot, you know. I put a lot of myself inside in this world of business. And the same is you have to put yourself there. You have to put yourself in. And if you're confident, then like you speak now, you look like you're very relaxed, you look like you're very happy, and you give confidence. If you come and you're upset, you are late, etc., obvious, it doesn't depend from us. It depends always from you.
Okay.
yeah.
So I can when I send you my the details or information or applications, like I can send the reference letter from the people places I work. Doesn't matter the HR field or studies, anything. So I can send whatever I have to you, and based on that, you will be giving the offer.
Exactly. We don't give the offer. You will have first an interview with us,
Mm-hmm.
and then we will see how you speak, how you present yourself. etc. And then after we will introduce you to the company, and then the company will first do an interview to you. And if you pass the interview, they will make you an offer.
Okay.
Okay? Very important. There are two interviews.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Any
Okay.
more questions?
No, I guess we all done with the
Yeah.
questions. Thank you.
You're welcome. Fantastic. Was great. Good luck to all of you. Né? And keep smiling, and don't worry, everything will be fine in the end of the day. You know, don't worry. Important is be serious, professional, how you are. And I see a message from Savara. Hello, sorry, I cannot turn. Wait, I have to read this message so that you know. Savara, hello. Hello, this is something good. Sorry, I cannot turn on the microphone right now. But I'd like to ask how long the internship will be and whether an A2 level of German is enough to complete an internship in Switzerland. And how will the interview proceed? Should we go through any case or task? So I presume Sevara is a student.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I presume Sevara. Thank you to join, first of all. And you're a master student. Very good. So, master students, the meeting starts at 3:30 Latvia time. So very important is to be always on time when there is an interview. Even 10, 20 minutes before. Always double check that your microphone is working. Always double check that your camera is working. Because if you come to an interview like this, you're out. No one will hire you. So this is the first lessons that I want to tell you today. The second one is an A2 level of German is enough to complete an internship in Switzerland? No. With A2 in German is very, very low, and it's very difficult to communicate with people in the office. So this is not enough. Usually should be at least a B2. And this is the second step. How will the interview proceed? So I just give a presentation, and I will share a copy of this presentation that I made now, which was a 1-hour presentation. I invite you to go through the presentation yourself, because I recorded this, especially for the one who was not here on time. And this is a very important task to learn. And then after, you will understand how everything is working. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lesson for everyone. You know, when you have a meeting, an interview, if you come on time, you're already late. Be always 20 minutes there before, well-dressed, smiling, on time. You know, you didn't know because you received very late the communication, and I understand this. But this is something that I explain to every student around the world. Be on time, but 20 minutes before, because this will make you different compared to the others if you want to succeed. You have to sell yourself. In life, you have to sell yourself. So you have to take out the best of you. And one of the first things is the punctuality. The second step is how you dressed. The third step is put the cup away. You have a cup, put it away. You have to be well dressed. If you come to Switzerland, a very rich country like Switzerland, it's very important to be well dressed. This is a suggestion that I give to everyone. Trust me. I saw so many students, good students, but they was not ready to come to Switzerland for other reasons, not because they are not good, but because they was not ready. I know this looks very tough, but I prefer to tell you the truth instead to say, yeah, do it, just send the CV, you get the job. No, it's not like this. If one day you will be an owner of a company, when you will have to interview someone, you want to make sure that this candidate is a perfect candidate for your company. You can trust him. And this is the basis of everything. Gentlemen, any more questions?
No.
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 Okay. I hope I was not too tough.
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. If you want to ask me for friendship on LinkedIn, no, I'm joking. But if you want, you're more than welcome. Okay. So don't worry. You can always put me on the friendship on LinkedIn. If you need anything, I reply. Don't worry. Maybe take me 1 day or 2 days. Don't expect that you send me a message in the morning. I reply to you in the same day because my LinkedIn, I have a lot of message and sometimes I'm not up to date. It takes me 1 or 2, even 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, I don't never reply, just that you know, okay? Not that you wake up Saturday morning and say, let's send a message to Richard. Okay?
Yep.
You take care. Good luck, good business, and good health.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.